Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the Thursday banger. It's time for the Thursday banger, y'all. That's a lock. It's time for the Thursday banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start my videos off, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to listen to in the morning times, man. I promise you, it's nothing on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I just ask for one thing though, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's all I ask, man. I'm not asking for a lot by asking you to save your own life. How is that asking for a lot, man? People be thinking I'm asking for a lot by telling y'all to stay out the way every video. I'm not, man. I just want you to save your own life, man. I want to stop everybody from going to the place that I went to. I want to stop everybody from ruining their life like I did. You can still do it, man. All you guys in your early 20s, you're people that's 18, 19, you're grown and you're an adult, man. You can change your life around if you out there in the streets, man. The streets is not what's all in the world. That's not the only thing that makes the world spin. It's being in the streets, man. Y'all think that's the only thing that you can do is just be in the hood all day, beefing with your ops, holding a big old tool. That's not all of life, y'all. Like, life is way more bigger than that, man. You can do a lot of things with your life than just beefing with your ops and just being out there hustling and breaking the law, man. I'm telling you, change your life around and live the legit way. It'll be way better, even if you're struggling. You know why? Because you will never be able to be in a jail cell. That's why, man. That's why struggling don't hurt to a lot of people that struggle every day, because they look at it like, man, if I go out here and try to break the law and get my money, what use I'm gonna be to my family then, man? Just use y'all brain, man. That's all I'm telling y'all to do, man. Use your brain, make smarter decisions, y'all. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the Thursday banger game. So what I need y'all to do with this one: like, share, subscribe this one, y'all. Let's get this. Let's get it. Let's go. What? It's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called "The Police Gave Us the Green Light." Part 1. Crazy story right here, man. But at the end of the day, this is how it is in penitentiary, man. There's all type of mystery doors, man. Pick one. You can go through any one. You never know what's gonna go on the next day in penitentiary, man. Like, for prison to be like not a big place, it's just a lot of mystery, twists and turns, and a lot of stuff going on in there, man. I promise you, man. And like, sometimes the inmates get it to a point where like the police might look at it like they can't really do a lot from their end except beat us up, put us in the hole, transfers, just a lot of things like that. That's not making a prison better, because it's still gonna be violence. It's still gonna be people stealing, robbing, all of that, man. So I can remember a time when the police kind of just left it in our hands, man. Like, it was a scary time to see it like that. But like, the police was kind of feeling like they had no other choice, man. Like, and when it's like that, man, the police just hoping you move right, man. But it's never gonna be right. It's never gonna run smooth, and they know that. But I think they just be having us in a little rat race where they can just see us be little maniacs, man. They just be watching from the camera, laughing at us, man. Because that's all we is. It's just laughter to these people for ruining our lives, man. So with that being said, though, we are on Susses 2 for this, y'all. We are on Susses 2. And I can remember being in 2B for this one, man. 2B was a pod. I didn't explain to y'all before, man. It was majority a lot of old heads in there when I first got in there. Like, when I first went upstairs to 2C, when we first got in the building, like in 2002, even when we first got to the building, like, it was still like kind of like an old head pod down there. Like, all the younger dudes was upstairs, all the older dudes was downstairs. Because for one, 4A, the pod next door to the pod I'm in this story, 4A was a non-tobacco pod. So they really had a lot of older dudes, because all the younger dudes used to mess with the tobacco game. So like, Downstairs was considered like the old head type of section, man. So when I got moved out of it, when I got moved in there, when I got out the hole, it was a different vibe. But I have been in the pod a while now. I done got used to it. I done seen stuff, done seen Predator Wars. I done seen all type of stuff that done went on since I've been in 2B. And now that I'm in cell 34, it was crazy because that's the cell I started in, you know what I mean? So like, being in cell 34 was wild, you know what I mean? Because I couldn't see nothing. And I told you I ended up moving to cell 6 because I just was in no man's land all the way in 34. So once I moved in cell 6, I had a good roommate and I kind of just stayed out the way, man. That was my MO. For the majority of the time that I was in there, I really wasn't trying to get the package. I really wasn't trying to be the La King because like I saw what was going on in there. Like the only people that was kind of like moving illegal stuff was the guys from the and they was getting on with the D block. I never seen a lot of La go on in there. Now even that dudes would get La, but I never seen it like, yo, there's a La man in here. It wasn't like that in that pod. So the whole time I was in there, really wasn't no dudes really my age like that in there. Then they started coming. And then it's because they can't really just keep dudes from coming in that pod. It's regular population. So a few dudes started coming in there. Not a lot, probably like 6. So out the 6, a couple from Richmond, a couple from my way, a couple from Newport News, just a scatter of dudes, you know what I mean? Not a lot of dudes, but you can tell we all was like in our early 20s compared to these older dudes. All these dudes in here, they got bald heads, pause. Like we was way younger than these guys. So like with us being in there, like they started getting used to the younger dudes in there. Sometimes the younger dudes will get in a fight with people or get in an argument. It'll get settled fast, but at the end of the day, it was no static with us and the old heads. It wasn't nothing like that going on. I kind of got along with the old heads. I ended up getting a job actually, man, cleaning the showers while I was in there, man. Like I like around the time when I was in 2B, I said I was gonna make use of my time and stay out the way. So that's what I was majority doing. Now, if stuff will fall in my lap, I'm gonna make it shake, but for the time being, I'm not looking to kind of break the law right now. I mean, I'm just staying out the way, gambling here and there, playing the parlay tickets, you know, just chilling. Like I'm not doing a lot. I was able to mess with my La in peace. Like I'm in the cut, not bothering nobody, man. I end up getting a gig. So the gig I got, I used to clean the showers. You know what I mean? Like I had the option to do it either in the night or I could do it early in the morning. So they used to have us locked down sometime early in the morning just for showers, to clean the showers rather. So like I had 2 options where I could clean the shower. So for the most part, it wasn't a hard job. All I had to do, I had the water hose. I'll spray the shower. Then I'll put the chemical in there. Then I'll get the scrub brush and I'll scrub the walls, scrub down there, scrubbing people, kids, pause. But you know, in the penitentiary, you gotta get a job, man. Mine just so happened to be the shower, but I know it's kids in there. You know what I mean? So I had to scrub that. You know what I mean? Spray it down, something fast and easy. You know what I mean? It didn't take me long. So I got used to my little gig. I won't complain about my gig. I started noticing that the lieutenant dude that used to work, you know what I mean? The black lieutenant dude who used to come in the building and be in the watch always most of the time. He started taking a liking to the dudes that used to work because he used to come in there. And then I seen him call us in the hallway one day. Like we was out there working in the morning time one time. I was telling y'all for the morning showers. He called us out in the hallway. And when he called us out in the hallway, he had all breakfast trays. He had all the boiled egg and biscuit trays out there. He was like, yo, y'all can go get 2 trays apiece. So we like, for real? So he started looking out like that. And he just started taking a liking kind of to like the dudes that used to work, which the dudes used to work used to be me. It used to be one of the young boys from Richmond that used to work. Then there used to be an old head named Tommy. He used to work. The old head named Tommy. Tommy might have been from Richmond too. Then there was another dude from Portsmouth that used to work. Then there used to be this white dude that had a job. So it was like a lot of dudes that had jobs in there. You know what I mean? Like it was a lot of different dudes that had jobs in there, but the lieutenant dude kind of took a liking to all of us slightly, man. Kind of like looking out when he can, talking to us about stuff on the street when he can. Like he was an all right lieutenant. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna lie. So I'll say probably about a month go by of me working this job. So as a month go by of me working this job, I started seeing kind of like the dudes that was coming in our pod, like even dudes that wasn't really that old, kind of like, but dudes would be younger, and the dudes that be younger that come in the pod, like they will wild out. So like Sussex is in a spot now where they trying to keep stuff out of the pod. They don't want really no trouble. They don't want nobody getting hurt. They don't want nothing happening in the pod. So like it was kind of like run like by a level system. This was before they tried the microwave level system, when they would give you the microwave if you behave and all of that. This was just level system compared to how you will come out for rec. Now, y'all already know being downstairs in the old head section of the building where I told y'all I was at, like those old dudes ain't really wilding out. So rec is always be like an option for them. So they definitely won't try to hear that they never gonna be able to try to come out behind somebody else. So when they started that system thing, like you get this many charges, like you're not gonna be able to get wrecked. The floor officer gonna go work the pod next door. It'd be stuff like that. They was trying to drag us with that. Like the pod officers only gonna be downstairs or they could be upstairs. It depends who got the most charges in the building. Stuff like that. So when they came with that, like I started noticing the dudes they was moving in the pod. A lot of the old heads wasn't feeling like how it was going down, man. I can remember they moved this young boy in the pod, man. And when they moved the young boy in the pod, young boy just came in the joint. And he was just one of them dudes, man, you know what I mean? Just disrespectful to the officers, you know what I mean? Cursed the lady out for nothing game, like just snap out on the COs. You know what I mean? He was one of those type of young boys, snapped out. He was from Tidewater, but he just was one of them wild young boys. So he snapped out on the COs, snapped out. They write him a charge. He late to go into his door. They write him a charge for that. He going to the child hall, his shirt ain't tucked in. They give him a charge for that. This young boy done brought 3 charges to our pod already, y'all, in one day, y'all. So boom. It was crazy, I promise y'all, man. I just looked up and seen all the old heads looking around like, man, he might gotta go. Yeah, he might gotta go. This ain't gonna work. He might gotta go. He might gotta go. This ain't gonna work. Now, a lot of the old heads was whispering like that because they not trying to go through them not being able to get no wreck, all because you got a couple of idiots running around. Now, they gotta know this penitentiary, and stuff is gonna be what it's gonna be because it's penitentiary. But at the same time, y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is how they was carrying in 2 building downstairs where I was at. So I know the old heads getting mad. The dude I'm in the cell with, he's not an old head. He probably late 30s, but he talked to a lot of old heads, and he told me dudes ain't feeling the young boy just moved in, man. Man, I promise you, man, probably about 2 days later, we looked up, the young boy was gone. They moved the young boy to 4 building, you know what I mean? So I don't know who wrote him out. I don't know what that happened. All I know is when I woke up the next morning, that boy was out of there, y'all. So boom, he was gone. Young boy was out of there, man. They got rid of him. They got rid of him, man. So a couple of the young boys that knew him, I think they got mad when they was in the pod and they said something about it. They spoke on it out loud like, yo, man, for real, man. I don't know who doing it, man, but like for real, I don't know who wrote my bro out the pod, but whoever wrote my bro out the pod, y'all lame. Y'all some lames, man. Straight up, y'all some lames, man. So he spoke up on it. Young boy spoke up on it. So I see the old head, like, yeah, young boy in the way. The young boy in the way. Like, they just start talking. I was like, damn. He was like, yeah, the young boy in the way. He basically was giving himself up, but I still didn't know if the old heads did it or not. But all I know is the young boys was gone, man. The young boys that was my age and the ones from Richmond, a couple of other ones from Tidewater, they felt some type of way about it because it was feeling like the old heads was kind of like pushing that at the young dudes, you know what I mean? So soon as they moved dude out, they moved the dude in our block that was like in his 40s, which was like an older dude. So this dude coming to jump, man, that's my word, he coming to joint. As soon as he coming to jump, man, that man put his stuff up and go straight to the shower. I promise y'all, man, that man was the #1 stunner. He was in there wilding out, man. I promise you, his first day in the block, lady scream on him. Lady scream on him, this is my word, lady scream on him, give him a warning shot. Lady scream on him, warning, told him, you better stop. On the intercom, you better stop right now. Bro, stop, he definitely stopped. Yeah, he talk all that junk, he stopped. He stopped being the #1 stunner. He stopped being that, man, because he knew the lady was gonna write him up. So he get out the shower, his roommate pull up on him, which was another old head. He tell him like, look, man, one of them stunner charges, man, you know, that's gonna put us behind a lot of points in these charges in the pod. Like, so you gotta chill out, man. Like, if it ain't, she ain't trained to go, don't mess with her, man. Like, that's what he telling him to do. Like, man, look, man, what kind of pod this is, man? Man, I'm gonna shake out if I want to, man. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? So you like, all right, man, I'm just trying to tell you, man. I'm just trying to tell you. So the young dudes looking at it, we looking at it like, oh, so they ain't gonna discipline this dude like they discipline the young boy? You know what I mean? We're like, okay, all right, like that's just how it is, then that's how y'all wanna carry it. You know what I mean? So I see the young boy from Richmond, he looking, he like, hey, Weezy, he slept, I slept in cell 6. He slept like an 8, so he wasn't that far from me. So he was like, hey, Weezy, hey, look, hey, me holler at you. I was like, what's up? He was like, hey, look, is that cool why they got rid of bruh? And now they got somebody, and he wilding out, and they ain't gonna do nothing. He was like, man, we should do something. I'm like, what you talking about we should do? He was like, man, look, all I'm saying is, man, I was like, nah, I talked him out of it. I talked him out, I ain't gonna lie to him. I said, nah, ain't no need for y'all to put that. I'm not putting my hands on dude. I don't know. I said, he can do whatever he want. I said, I'm not really trying to get mixed up in all this politics as far as how they got it, as far as trying to police the pod and trying to do all of this. I'm not getting in the middle of none of that, y'all. I'm being honest with you. He was like, yeah, I respect that, shorty, but like, at the same time, though, Weezy, man, like, that joke crazy how they carrying us. I'm like, yeah, I know what it is, man. You know what I mean? I was like, but look, at the end of the day, man, it's prison, man. Like, they can do what they want as long as they don't get in my way, man. And that's how I looked at it, man. So I just left it alone. So the dude that came in that was wild, he basically lasted probably about a week. The next thing you know, he was going to the hole for the #1 Ghana. The #1 Thana. The man went to the hole for slanging, y'all. So boom. Now he was out of here. Now with him getting that charge, like they told y'all, we had looked bad. Our part had looked bad, man. I'm talking about our part had looked so bad. when we supposed to came out after count one morning, I promise you, we supposed to come out. I wake up. I doze off through count, wake up. Our doors ain't open yet. I'm like, I go to the door. I look at my roommate. I'm like, we ain't coming out. He was like, they let program out, but they said we ain't coming out to child. So I'm like, I hit the button. Doo. Yes. I'm like, we ain't coming out for rec. I don't know. Y'all ain't got no floor officer. Like, we ain't got no floor officer. I hear the dude next door like, Weezy, they say we ain't got no floor officer because of all our charges. I'm like, for real, man? I'm like, see? I was like, they weren't bluffing, man. I was like, damn, so how long we locked down? It was like, all week it's gonna be like this. Like, we gonna get just the time at night probably like they did upstairs when they was down there. Upstairs did good. Now we the ones out back. So I'm just like, man, this joint wild. I was like, man, I ain't even really feeling it. So I was upset about it. I ain't even gonna lie, man. So that kind of put me back into like, you know what, man? Like, put your energy back where you good at, bro. Like, go ahead and do what you normally, you know what I mean, do to make your time go by fast, man. I say, you know what, man? You right, man. I am the la-la, y'all. So boom. I seen my homeboy been telling me to sponsor him for a play for a minute. My homeboy been telling me to sponsor him on a play for a minute. He said he got a dude over there that bring the package in his part and 4 building. He just need the money to buy the Zipperooski. I said, bro, I got you, bro. I seen him on y'all. I said, man, I got you. Make it happen, bro. Let me know who I gotta tell my peoples to send the money to, or meet your peoples and get the money. Let me know what I gotta do. So he gave me the play. I ended up letting my peoples meet because his peoples was from Portsmouth. So I put the junk together. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, the play came in. And the only reason I was trying to do that, man, because I'm like, if I'm gonna be in a pod where they moving like this, like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't mess with the old head when he got the dog food, you know what I mean? So I'm like, man, I'm a trap. Like, that's what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna get me some paper. So the play come through. It wasn't a big play, you know what I mean? Bro only got a half a Zipperooski. He threw me the 7 game, you know what I mean? He paid a little bread. It wasn't nothing just to get my box right. I wasn't trying to get a lot of street money or nothing like that. That was just strictly box money and to go up with the la-la. That's all I was doing, man. So I did my little thing. The jump come through, so I'm in there. And I ain't even gonna lie, kind of with me getting that joint, like I told y'all, I want a lot of dudes in there that get that pack. You know what I mean? As far as the la-la game. So like when I got it, that kind of made the young dudes gravitate to me more. Like they was around me, kicking it with me because they want the la-la. So, you know, I played fair. I'm definitely trapping on the la-la. So everything was good in the pod, man. So I still got my job, everything going smooth. So we not getting no wreck. I'm trapping like on some crazy, like we still not getting no wreck though like that. We done for the month. You know what I mean? But we still come out later on at night. You know what I mean? Then we still go to child and all that. So dudes is making the best of how we got drugged, but it only happened because they moved 2 idiots in our party, a young dude and an older dude. So that's why I really started getting to that bag, y'all. I had to do something to occupy my mind a little bit more because it was crazy. But all I know is the young boy is super rocking with me now because I'm the dude with the package game. I'm the one that's getting to this bag. Not a lot of the bag, but I have the power. I have the la-la. So like, dudes was cool with me in the joint, man. So now, with us being no wreck like that, man, I don't know what the old heads got together. I don't know what they had going on. I don't know what it was, man. But all I know is everybody was upset that we was getting drugged for that whole month. But this is the policy. If you get too many charges, you're not going to get no wreck, y'all. That's how they had it written. So all I know is, man, the old head from Richmond that be cleaning up, he pull up on me. He one of the workers. He pull up on me. He was like, hey, look. He was like, tomorrow morning, man, LT said he want to have a meeting with us. I'm like, oh, he coming in the pod? He was like, nah. He was like, it's in the sergeant office, man. We got to go upstairs. Like, the sergeant and lieutenant office was like, they shared office. It was like in between, like the down and the upstairs. Like, once you go up the first flight of steps, that's where the sergeant and lieutenant office was at, kind of like. So, like it wasn't far from us or far from the top, the pods on the top jump. So I've been in there once. They served me a charger, and then they didn't bring it to the cell that I had to go, and they called me down there. And then that's the first time I actually walked into that door that we always walking past when we going up the steps or down the steps. So I go in the joint, it's an office. You know what I mean? So that's the first time I seen it. So he was like, nah, it's in the office. So it ain't gonna be a lot of us. So he all like, what do you mean ain't gonna be a lot of us? He was like, yeah, he just told me to get you. He said, I'm coming to the joint. He's like, he gonna get white boy Sam. You know, and dude, he called a few dudes. He called a young boy from Richmond. You know what I mean? He called out a few dudes. So I'm like, it's a 6 people meeting. He was like, yeah, that's all it's gonna be. That's all it's gonna be. He was like, yeah, I think such and such from the red team getting called there too. It was another dude in there from the red team that was just on the low. Like, he didn't make no noise. He probably was late 20s. You know what I mean? He was older than us. But he just was on the low with it. Like, he wasn't one of them wild red team members, man. He won't get into no bag. He was just doing his time chilling. He would kick it with the red team when he go outside, the gym program. But still though, he was a red team member on the low. So he was like, he wanted him to come to the joint too. So I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to go to this jump, man. Like, to the sergeant office, bro. He like, yeah, man, like, we got to get to the bottom of this because, Like, we can't have no dudes just ruin what we got going on. Like, we a chill party here, Weezy, man. Like, why we gotta always suffer? I said, cause this penitentiary, I said, this penitentiary, man, you're not gonna be able to stop a grown man from doing what he wanna do. You don't know. He's like, I know. But still though, man, like, man, we still gotta hear the LT out, man, cause I don't wanna be not being able to get morning rec and noon rec for the whole rest of the month. You want that? I'm like, man, I'll go to sleep, bro. I don't care, man. He was like, nah, man, look, just come. You gonna come to the meeting? I'm like, it's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna come to the meeting, y'all. So boom. I was like, it's so crazy. I went back in the cell. I was just thinking about it. You know what I mean? I seen the dude for Richmond before we locked down. When we came out for our little last night joint. I was like, yo, bro, you know, like old school? He was like, yeah, he told me some meeting with the lieutenant in the office tomorrow. I was like, yeah. I was like, he told you? He was like, yeah. He told you too? I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, what you think that joint about? He was like, man, I don't know, man. He was like, man, I don't know, man. He was like, all I know is I ain't trying to be locked down no more. I know that. But he was like, they had an old head that messed up. We had a young boy that messed up. So it's even. So like, you know, it's like, it ain't no tension with me. But for real though, they gotta understand it don't matter the age. Dudes gonna mess up anyway. They can't just label. So I felt where he was coming from. The Richmond dude, like the younger one, my age, like he was talking like, don't blame everything on the youngins, man. Like we not always to blame for stuff. The older dudes mess up too. So he was like, I'm going to the meeting to voice that. So I'm like, man, I feel you, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna go. He was like, yeah, all right, we're gonna be there. So when the morning came, like we go to breakfast. When we come to breakfast, the LT was standing outside. So I see him talking to the old head dude from Richmond. And then when we got in the childhood, old dude from Richmond was like, yo, when we come back from breakfast, man, I mean, just go back to your cell. And he was like, you know, we supposed to lock down. He was like, gonna get our doors popped. So that's what we did. We ate, we came back from breakfast. While we in our cell, I'm chilling, you know what I mean? I stayed dressed. Usually I'll take my stuff off, my clothes off, put my sweats on and stuff, but I just stayed dressed because I'm like, I know they about to call us. So lady come on the intercom, boo, white. I'm like, yo. She was like, the LT wants you in the office upstairs. I was like, She popped my door. As I'm coming out, I hear a couple of doors. Door behind me, that's the young boy from the R. Next thing you know, your door up there. That door open, the old head from the R. Next thing you know, hear that door open. White boy Sam, he coming out. Then I looked up. Dude from the red team, he coming out. Everybody walking, putting their ID on their shirt. Dude was looking at, I see dudes in their door, everybody in their door. Not everybody, but it was dudes on their door looking like, why they call these certain people out? A lot of dudes thought we was going to get a piss test. My word, that's what it was looking like. That's how piss testers be looking. But it wasn't that, I promise you, man. So we go downstairs to the office. We walk in the joint. I was the first dude from the old head dude. He the first dude sitting in there. I see the white boy Sam, he going there. Then black dude from the he going there. Then young boy, you know what I mean? Then the dude from the red team, he going there. I was last. I sat in the last chair. He already had chairs like in there. I sat in the last chair. Sit down. He was sitting in the joint. He was looking at something. He was like, kind of fat dude too. He was like, he turned around. He was like, look, I hate to tell y'all this, man, but sometimes, man, like, you know, like for my daddy worked in penitentiary all his life. And now I'm working in penitentiary. And my son working in penitentiary right now as we speak. So that's all I know is penitentiary. But sometimes, from what my daddy told me, sometimes you got to kind of take things in your own hand. And he said, he pulled out the little pamphlet junk that they passed out to us when they was talking about that level system of how they doing rec. And if you mess up, how, you know what I mean, how they punish. He said, look, now with 2C and 2D, they already know they're going to have charges. So they already know they rec going to be shaky from here on out. They already understand that. He said, but y'all and A-Pod, they've been having to put room. They ain't been having no room. And they've been having to put anybody in these blocks. And y'all been getting these charges. And I've been having to punish y'all the same way. I said, so, I was the first dude to say something. I said, so, y'all been giving upstairs rec, even though they ain't supposed to have rec, and we been just getting dogged, because you know we just getting idiots moved in our block? He was like, no, they don't get no rec like that either, but, like, all I'm saying is, this right here is a bunch of shit. And he smacked the book into the trash can. He was like, he threw it in the trash can. He was like, and you know what? This is my building right here. He was like, man, I'm not going by that damn book no more. He was like, now look, we got to continue following the goddamn rules. I can't look out for y'all if y'all ain't looking out for me. So the dude from Richmond was like, what you mean? He was like, I mean that this is what we going to do. So before he said that, the old head that kind of put the meeting together with the LT dude, he stood up. He was like, look, he was like, hold on, LT, because I don't want you to scare them about what you about to tell us. So I right then and there, I knew he knew what this meeting was about. He was like, I don't want you to scare them about what you about to tell. He was like, but look, fellas, this is all I'm saying. And we're going to keep the pod right. We're going to have to police it ourselves. But go ahead, LT, you got the flow. LT stood up. He was like, look, he's right about what he's saying. You're gonna have to police it. But when I say police it, like, you gotta be careful. I'm not telling y'all to go in there and start stuff and get it crazy and do stuff like that. No, but I am willing to turn a blind eye if y'all want to get somebody out the pod that don't belong in the pod. Now, of course, I call certain people down here because I know certain people got certain different type of powers. He said, you deal with all the youngest from the 804. He said, and you white, you deal with the youngest from Tidewater. I said, man, listen, man, I don't deal with everybody from Tidewater LT respectfully, man. You know what I mean? So I don't know, like, when he was like, look, when I say that, like, y'all together anyway. Like, right now, this is why I got y'all down here, for y'all can join forces if it's ever too big of a problem. He was like, I'm gonna turn a blind eye. As long as nobody gets really hurt, y'all can get them out the block, and y'all won't get charged for y'all's number system. So I'm like, so basically, so I'm sitting there, I'm like, so he talking, and I'm just listening, and I'm like, so basically, you giving us the green light, LT? He was like, pretty much, y'all. So boom. I was like, I never heard this. I never heard this one right here, y'all. I was like, the green light game? I was like, shh, this might work though. Then I started thinking, like, if I want to keep pumping the la, then it's gonna have to work. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like my roommate gonna roll with me anyway. You know what I mean? My roommate been smoking free la for almost 6 months. You know what I mean? He's gonna definitely roll with me. Then my other homeboy in there from Norfolk gonna roll with me. And then the other couple of other dudes from Hampton Newport News, they rock anyway. Like, we all cool anyway. So like, if it's something crazy, once I run it back to them, like, they gonna be everybody gonna be straight with it. So I started thinking, like, man, can this work, man? Then I just started thinking, like, even if it don't work, fuck it. But at least try to see if it gonna work, because I'll be able to disguise me hustling this la, y'all. So boom! I was with the plan. I was with this maniac shit, I ain't gonna lie. So the white dude stood up, he was like, let me get this straight. I want to make sure I understand. You trying to tell me if a white dude coming out pod and he wild and he ain't want to listen, you trying to tell me and my guys can put hands and feet on him? LT was like, just don't break no bones. White boy Sam was like, I can live like that. I can live like that. Everybody was happy. Everybody was happy that this man gave us the green light to police the pod. Y'all feel me? He gave us the green light game. Everybody was happy, man. I promise you. Shit was crazy. Meeting over with, man. So everybody went back. What he did tell us, though, man, like, look, don't be voicing out about how he gave us this green light. Just handle business when it's time to handle business. Everybody in there knew we was jiving together, and it is what it is. So we was like, cool. So we go back to the block. So all I seen when I went to the block, I'm talking about Sally, and I'm talking about homeboy from Norfolk. But when I looked around, all I'm seeing is the other dudes that was in the meeting just basically giving the word to their peoples. You know what I mean? To everybody they rock with. The white dude Sam talking to his two white. He only had 3 white boys in the block that be hanging with Sam. You know what I mean? So he talking to them. He hollering at them. You know what I mean? So everybody put it together. So we like, that's what it is, man. That's what we gonna do, man. That's what we gonna do, man. So it took about a week. They ended up transferring 2 old heads that was in the same cell, which was nuts. Both of them got transferred, but it was crazy because both of their annual reviews was the same time. That's usually unusual, but they were cellies and their annual reviews in the same day. So they both got their level dropped to a level 3 the same day. So they waited for a while to get transferred, and they finally called their name. So they called those dudes to pack up, man. They was in cell 36. So they pack up, man. We got 2 dudes leaving, so we already know this is gonna be the first time that example is gonna have to get set on how, you know what I mean? They giving us the green light to police the pod. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. So the dudes leave. That first day, we didn't get nobody in to come in our pod. The next day, they brought 2 dudes out the hole, y'all. They brought this white boy about my height. Then they brought a black dude, man, like, for real. Like, I don't know where the black dude was from. Like, all I know is the black dude was kind of like in his 40s. You know what I mean? The white dude probably was like in his late 20s or something like that. But they moved in the cell together. They were cellies coming out the hole. So they in cell 36. So everything's straight. So the first thing that we noticed that everybody else noticed was when they were walking by, you know what I mean? Like, see, I wasn't taking it this far. Like, I'm not on it like that. You know what I mean? Like, I promise y'all, and I'm only doing this to disguise the la-la, y'all. This is about the la-la for me, man. It's words. So I wasn't taking it as far as everybody else was taking it, man. But You know he upstairs, so the old head from Richmond, all of them sleep up there. You know what I mean? So I look up, they do the count. When they get to cell 36, you hear the dude say, take that out the window, and take that off the light, and stand for count. That man called 3 things that don't supposed to be going down when it's count time. So I'm like, everybody here, we're like, get up. Oh, you ain't gonna get up? I'm gonna write you a charge then. I'm gonna write you a charge. He's like, all right, stay right there then. So the CO dip, they counted. So I'm like, what's going on? Y'all crazy, CO. Do they count? Next thing you know, stand by for rap. Doors open up. Man, I look. First person I seen at his door was Sam. White boy Sam was on deck, you hear me? White boy was up there. I look down. I see the black dude talking to the old head from Richmond. Old head from Richmond schooling him. Like, look, you can see the old head. Like, look, we ain't. That's all you kept seeing the old head. Like, no, we don't. Ain't nothing like that going on. Like, no, ain't nothing like that going on. No, ain't nothing like that going on. So as he's saying that, I look upstairs. I see the white dude. He like, man, I don't even know you, bruh. He talking to Sam. I don't even know you, bruh. I don't even know you. Sam like, yo, listen, you gonna get to freaking know me. Be quiet. He's like, no, I don't even know you, man. I don't even know you. I looked up, seen Sam homeboy coming the other way. Next thing you know, they boxed through there. They boom, Sam pushed him in the cell. Next thing you know, Sam pushed that man in the cell. All you heard is, I'm looking upstairs like, all you see is this. That joke was like Tasmanian devil fight. Man, they banking the brains out this dude. I look, dude on the ground. I'm like, oh shit. Sam come out the joint. He walked away. He was like, and he came back in there. This man was like, hold on. He was like, watch out, watch out. Sam kicked that motherfucker. I was like, oh shit. I was like, man, the LT said don't break no down bones. He kicked the nigga. Dude was like, oh shit. Sam was like, man, get the fuck out of this pod, man. You're not gonna start bring bullshit to this pod. Sam was serious as a bitch with this goddamn police gave us the green light mission. You hear me? He said, man, get the fuck out of this pod. Black dude looking at that shit. Black dude like this. He ain't know what the fuck was going on, but seeing the ass whooping up his celly and seeing the black dude swinging him, he had to know it was real deal. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm looking at this joint like, them dudes just went crazy, man. Man, I promise you, man. Man, I looked up. I seen a white dude coming down the steps like this. He was like, he was holding his stomach. He was like, he came to the booth. He said, man, get me out of here, man. Get me out of this pod, man.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.